I'm doing is both motor mounts. Everybody says the driver's side's the hardest. To me, the driver's side was the easiest. You do have to drop the subframe. It is very easy though. Do not think that this is out of your range. This is simple. Sounds scary, it's not scary. What you're gonna do is you're gonna come down here, and once you get the car jacked up, supported, you're going to pull the skid plates off. There's gonna be a bolt here, here, there, and then two on that side, two on that side, and this little U-shaped fan's gonna come out, and then the one behind it that holds the sway bar in back here, there's gonna be a couple big bolts. I think there's a couple 18s and a couple 16s. You're gonna pull that out. The sway bar is gonna drop. I just let it hang. You don't have to disconnect it. You're gonna pop out your two 16 mil bolts on the motor mount on both sides. Two on that side, two on this side. And once you get all that done, motor mount bolts out, you're gonna get a jack, some wood, and you're gonna jack up the pan. Do not jack up the pan with just the metal. You'll break it. Put some wood on there that spans the whole thing. You're not gonna jack it up too crazy. You're just gonna jack it up enough to where you see these motor mounts start to lift a little bit. As soon as they start lifting a little bit, you're good. Once you get those done, you're gonna come over here. There's a 10mm bolt right here on this AC line, just 110. You're gonna pop that out, and the AC line will just, there's a metal bracket, it'll just be free. It's just a support for the AC line. Once you do that, you're gonna take these 18s. There's an 18mm here, there's an 18mm here, and then it's gonna be the same on the other side. It's gonna be one up in the front, and then another one right here. It's 4 18mm bolts, and this subframe will just hang. It's not gonna fall. I didn't disconnect my control arm, shocks, none of that. I just pulled the 18s. This kind of just sits there. It's pretty stiff because it's still connected to control arms. I mean, you can pull it down a little bit, but it's not gonna fall out of the car. This side was kind of a pain just because once you do get this to drop a little and this goes up on top, I mean, you kind of got to keep this in there, in this pocket, to get the bolt out of the motor side. There's an 18 mil right there. This is from the driver's side fender well I'm looking in. There is 118 right there. That's the upper motor mount bolt. And then you can see the motor mounts right there. So basically, you're gonna pull this subframe down as hard as you can after you get that 18 out. And I put a pry bar in between the top of the subframe right here. Let me zoom back out. This is gonna drop like 4 inches. So I put a pry bar up here and push down a little bit to get some leverage. And I mean, you're gonna be able to move this freely, but it's gonna have some tension on it from the control arms and everything. So, but just guide it out. It might take a minute. That long shaft gets stuck in that motor mount section, so you definitely gotta mess with it. They say that's the hardest side. I think that's the easiest. This side looks easy, but it's not. It's not bad though. I mean, I'm probably an hour and a half into this whole job. I just gotta put the skid plates back on, so time reference not horrible. These bolts are already gonna be out before you drop your subframe. You're gonna take out this 10 mil right here, and then there's gonna be one more 10mm on the heat shield up top. And then you're gonna pull this bolt right here. It's a T30, this one. And then that is this metal line. Once you pop this out, this metal line you can see right here, this is where my finger at right here goes down to the top of the motor mount bolt. Once you get this line loose and this heat shield, I pulled the two bolts out of this heat shield and got them out of the way. Once you do that, you're gonna be able to get up in here. This heat shield will be moved. I took a stubby 18mm socket, and I was able to pry up on this metal line just by hand, right there. I just stuck my hand in like right here, pushed up on this, and I was able to drop my 18 mil socket down onto it, and then I put the ratchet in after. And once I got the ratchet in, and I was able to just break that free, and then once you get far enough down on the bolt's gonna get loose. And the ratchet's not gonna wanna cooperate because it's loose. I was able to just grab this and spin it by hand enough to get the ratchet out, or the out of the bolt. I just dropped this one out, left the ratchet right there, literally dropped this, grabbed the new one, put it in, spun it in by hand to get it started, pushed it up, ratcheted it back in, and it was done. Once you get those back in tight on both sides, you're gonna go in. It's easiest to put your heat shield back on because the subframe will be low enough you can get your hands in here and do it, but not mandatory. Put your T30 back up here, this Torx. And then what I did was I just pushed this subframe back up into place the best I could to get it lined up in this pocket. Once I got it up there, I was able to just hand put one of the 18s back in up here, this subframe bolt. I literally pushed with my left hand, pushed the subframe up, and started the threads on this 18. And then I did the same with this one, and then I went over there and did the same with that. Once I got the 4 18s started by hand, I went in and just slowly put them in, one corner at a time, and I got the subframe all the way back up in place. You're gonna fight these 16s just a tad bit, but it's not a big deal. I grabbed a I grabbed one of these boys, whatever you call this thing. I grabbed this thing and I put it in there, and I was able to move it around a little bit. I mean, it's gonna be a little tight. You're gonna make sure your subframe's pushed up again to get your bolt started. Do not tighten these, just hand thread them in on both sides. Once you get those hand threaded in, it'll kind of just help align everything. Then you're gonna drop your motor, assuming you already got your 18s tight. Hand thread these in, drop your motor slowly, and then once it's set all the way, no pressure on it, then go ahead and tighten these. Put your AC line back on, the 10 mil right there, and then you're just gonna put your shields back on and you're good. If you're gonna do the rear transmission mount, might as well do it at the same time. I definitely recommend doing them all three. I don't know where you're buying your mounts. I mean, I've seen them on Amazon for I think it was $60 for all three. Don't know if they're good. I ended up getting these from a shop that was recommended, so for all I know, they're Amazon's as well. But yep, I recommend all three. I'm waiting on that one. It's supposed to be here tomorrow. Had to order it, so that's the scoop on that. Like I said, everybody's doing it on lifts. I do it in my garage. I'm not a mechanic, or as you can tell, a YouTuber. But yeah, just know when you put these motor mounts back in, there is a set pin right there. I mean, you can see how crusty mine were. They're definitely not good. But there is a set pin, so be mindful of that set pin when you put your motor mount back in. And what I did was I just pushed it in, got the set pin in as I tightened it, and it put into place. The short one is going to be your passenger side. The long stud is going to be the driver side. Like I said, all in, I'm an hour into this job. It's not crazy. People get scared when they start hearing drop the subframe, and it's not crazy. Little sketchy, not gonna lie, but not crazy. I mean, if you got a better lift system, I just had some jack stands under here and my wheels in case anything did go wrong. But yeah, that's it. Comment any questions you got, I can help you if you need it. It's a fairly simple job.